everyone, I'm Nicole Booth and this is Lost in the Americas. I'm back! I've missed you and I'm so excited to share my new adventures with you. So here we are on day 160 something of quarantine in Peru. As you may have guessed, we aren't properly traveling yet. Some of you might be wondering, what am I going to show you? Well, in this episode, we're going back to when we first crossed into Peru. That seems like such a long time ago now. Well, here we go. Crossing from Bolivia to Peru was a whole adventure by itself. Instead of a normal border on land, we had to get onto a ferry with our car and cross a lake. This is the first step of crossing from Bolivia into Peru. I'm so excited. That funny little ferry reminded me of when we crossed from Zambia to Botswana. Click the link above to watch that episode. Moving on, we managed to cross into Peru. And I was super excited, a new country! I'd always wanted to visit Peru. The first town we stopped in was a town called Puno, on the edge of a big lake. Lake Titicaca, which is the highest navigable lake in the world. It is huge! On Lake Titicaca, we visited the famous Uros. What are the Uros, you ask? Well, let's go find out more. It turns out that the Uros are indigenous people who live on floating islands in the middle of a lake in quite a unique town. When I say town, I mean an actual town with houses, a school, shops, you name it. But how do they float? Well, the islands are made of a very special kind of reed called totora, which can float and is very sturdy. Luckily for the people who live on the lake, there's lots of totora growing there. We were on a little boat through all these reeds until we got to the town, where the guide took us to the family's island and explained how they make the islands. They harvest the totora and then weave it into lots of sturdy layers. Then they pile the layers on top of each other and anchor the island to the bottom of the lake so that it doesn't float away. Every once in a while, they have to put more layers onto their islands, since the totora does start disintegrating. That's why the houses are made so that 4 or 5 men can carry them together, while the new layers of totora go on the island. The town is made up of a lot of little islands, one per family. That means if you want to move your house, you just have to take the anchor off and move over to your new space. Cool, right? We even got to wear some of their typical clothing. Don't we look great? We also got to buy little souvenirs that the woman weaved out of totora. We really loved this unique town. It's so clever. If you ever pass by Peru, make sure to visit. Of course, we had to move on, so off we went again. Remember I promised you some ancient Inca ruins in my latest video? Come on, let's go! Welcome to Saksaywaman. These ruins lie on a mountain just above the city of Cusco. They are said to be one of the most sacred sites for the Incas. What I think makes these ruins special are the ruins are made up of huge rocks, taller than me, with the heaviest weighing 128 tons. That's about 20 elephants. How did they carry all of those stones and pile them on top of each other without machines or anything? These rocks are so well lined up with each other that for some of them, you can't even fit a piece of paper through the gap. We can only guess how they did that. These walls are just like a huge jigsaw puzzle. The stone walls are shaped in a cool sort of zigzag. There's many theories on why, but I like to think they're the puma's teeth. The Incas believed that Cusco was kind of shaped like a puma. So, Saksaywaman was built exactly on the puma's head. So Saksaywaman could be the puma's teeth because of the zigzag shape, or it could be a tribute to lightning. Which one do you think is the correct reason? Tell me in the comments below. Finally, in Saksaywaman, there's natural slides made out of the rock. Check out my sister on this crazy Inca slide. Well, I hope you enjoyed going back to explore Peru with me. Next time we're off to the gorgeous Sacred Valley. Stay tuned, there'll be beautiful treks, some stand-up paddleboarding, more stunning Inca ruins, and even some alpaca shearing. See you soon!